How you doing, chat? How you doing on this beautiful Sunday night? How you doing? Hopefully I caught you before you completely wind down for bed tonight. We're gonna go ahead and get in a nightcap, one year Baba read to bring in the week. You know, a nightcap, 1 year Baba read to bring in the week. Today, chat. Today is day 252 in a row. 252 stand up. You know, that's where I'm from originally, the 252. So this is a special read. So let's see if this read speaks to me, because it's the read of my city. You know, this is the read of my city. So um, I'm excited. I'm excited. I took pre-workout before this, so if you see my pupils and they're mad pupiled right now, yeah, because I'm going to the gym after this. I'm going to the gym after this. I only took half. Everybody who's worried, only took half a scoop, but I'm going to the gym after we read. So, um, but if you don't know what this is, chat, this is the 1 year Bible read. Um, Here to show you, and this is what we have been doing for the past 251 days, making today 252, right? And I'm excited for today's read because it's my city's number, you know, 252 stand up. But I'm excited because it's another day I get to read, you know? It's another day I get to read. And it's another day into our 365-day journey of this read, you know? So um, I'm just excited. And without further ado, chat, if you have one of these 1 year Bibles, per chance, right? Today's read is coming from September the 9th because we started 2 days early, before the new year, right? We started 2 days before the new year, so we're just 2 days ahead. Um, and today's word is coming from Isaiah 3 1 through 5, going through verse 30. Then 2 Corinthians 11 1 through 15. Then Psalms 53 1 through 6. And then Proverbs 22 28 to 29. And let's go again to Isaiah. Isaiah 3 1 through 5, going through verse 30, chat. Let me get a different angle, hopefully. Yeah, I've been in the gym every day, so the chair can't handle me no more. Okay. Yeah, this is a nice reading poem. I'm trying to be more aesthetic during the reads. you know, I've been looking, and I just want to make it more enjoyable in the different ways. But let's go ahead and get into Isaiah 3 1 through 5, 1 through verse 30. So the Lord of heaven's armies, will take away from Jerusalem and Judah everything they depend on, every bit of bread and every drop of water. All their heroes and soldiers, judges and prophets, fortune tellers and elders, army officers and high officials, advisors, skilled sorcerers, and astrologers. I will make boys their leaders and toddlers their rulers. People will oppress each other, man against man, neighbor against neighbor. Young people will insult their elders, and vulgar people will sneer at the honorable. In those days, a man would say to his brother, "Since you have a coat, you be our leader. Take charge of this heap of ruins." But he would reply, "No, I can't help. I don't have any extra food or clothes. Don't put me in charge." For Jerusalem will stumble and Judah will fall, because they speak out against the Lord and refuse to obey him. They provoke him to his face. The very look on their faces gives them away. They display their sin like the people of Sodom. And don't even try to hide it. They are doomed. They have brought destruction upon themselves. Tell the godly that all will be well for them. They will enjoy the rich reward they have earned. But the wicked are doomed, for they will soon get exactly what they deserve. Childish leaders oppress my people, and women rule over them. O my people, your leaders mislead you. They send you down the wrong road. The Lord takes his place in court and presents his case against your people. The Lord comes forward to pronounce judgment on the elders and rulers of his people. You have ruined Israel, my vineyard. Your houses are filled with things stolen from the poor. How dare you crush my people, grinding the faces of the poor into the dust, demands the Lord of heaven's armies. The Lord says, beautiful Zion is haughty, craning her elegant neck, flirting with her eyes, walking with her dainty steps, tinkling her ankle bracelets. So the Lord will send scabs on her head. The Lord will send and make beautiful Zion bald. On that day of judgment, the Lord will strip away everything that makes her beautiful: ornaments, headbands, crescent necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and veils, scarves, ankle bracelets, sashes, perfumes, and charms, rings, jewels, party clothes, gowns, capes, and purses, mirrors, fine linen garments, head ornaments, and shawls. Instead of smelling of sweet perfume, she will stink. She will wear a robe for a sash, and her elegant hair will fall out. She will wear rough burlap instead of rich robes. Shame will replace her beauty. The men of the city will be killed with the sword, and her warriors will die in battle. The gates of Zion will sweep and weep and mourn. The city will be like a ravaged woman huddled on the ground. In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. But in that day, the branch of the Lord will be beautiful and glorious. The fruit of the land will be pride and glory. And of all who survive in Israel, or who remain in Zion, will be a holy people. Those who survive the destruction of Jerusalem and are recorded among the living, the Lord will wash the filth from beautiful Zion and cleanse Jerusalem of its blood stains with the hot breath of a fiery judgment. Then the Lord will provide shade for Mount Zion and all who assemble there. He will provide a canopy of cloud during the day and smoke and flaming fire at night, covering the glorious land. It will be a shelter from daytime heat and a hiding place from storms and rain. Now I will sing for the one I love, a song about his vineyard. My beloved had a vineyard, owned a rich and fertile hill. He plowed the land, cleared the stones, and planted it with the best vines. In the middle, he built a watchtower and carved a winepress in the nearby rocks. Then he waited for a harvest of sweet grapes, but the grapes that grew were bitter. Now, you people of Jerusalem and Judah, you judge between me and my vineyard. What more could I have done for my vineyard that I have not already done? When I expected sweet grapes, why did my vineyard give me bitter grapes? Now let me tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will tear down its hedges and let it be destroyed. I will break down its walls and let the animals trample it. I will make it a wild place where the vines are not pruned and the ground is not hoed, a place overgrown with briars and thorns. I will command the clouds to drop no rain on it. The nation of Israel in this is the vineyard of the Lord of heaven's armies. The people of Judah are his pleasant garden. He expected a crop of justice, but instead he found oppression. He expected to find righteousness, but instead he heard cries of violence. What sorrow for you who buy up house after house and field after field, until everyone is evicted and you live alone in the land. But I have heard the Lord of heaven's armies swear a solemn oath. Many houses will stand deserted, even beautiful mansions will be empty. 10 acres of vineyard will not produce even 7 gallons, 6 gallons of wine. 10 baskets of seed will yield only 1 basket of grain. What sorrow for those who get up early in the morning, looking for a drink of alcohol, and spend long evenings drinking wine to make themselves flaming drunk. They furnish wine and lovely music at their grand parties, lyre and harp, tambourine and flute, but they never think about the Lord or notice what he is doing. So my people will go into exile far away because they do not know me. Those who are great and honored will starve, and the common people will die of thirst. The grave is licking his lips in anticipation, opening his mouth wide. The great and lowly and all the drunken mob will be swallowed up. Humanity will be destroyed and people brought down. Even the arrogant will lower their eyes in humiliation, but the Lord of heaven's armies will be exalted by his justice. The holiness of God will be displayed by his righteousness. And that day, lambs will find good pastures, and fattened sheep and young goats will feed among the ruins. What sorrow for those who drag their sins behind them with ropes made of lies, who drag wickedness behind them like a cart. They even mock God and say, hurry up and do something. We want to see what you can do. Let the Holy One of Israel carry out his plan. We want to know what it is. What sorrow for those who say that evil is good and good is evil, that dark is light and light is dark, that bitter is sweet and sweet is bitter. What sorrow for those who are wise in their own eyes and think themselves so clever. What sorrow for those who are heroes at drinking wine and boast about all the alcohol they can hold. They take bribes to let the wicked go free, and they punish the innocent. Therefore, just as fire licks up stubble and dry grass shrivels up in flame, so their roots will rot and their flowers wither. For they have rejected the law of the Lord of heaven's armies. They have despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. That is why the Lord's anger burns against his people, and why he has raised his fist to crush them. The mountains tremble, and the corpses of his people litter the streets like garbage. But even then, the Lord's anger is not satisfied. His fist is still poised to strike. He will send a signal to distant nations far away and whistle to those at the end of the earth. They will come racing toward Jerusalem. They will not get tired or stumble. They will not stop for the rest or sleep. Not a belt will be loose, not a sandal strap broken. The arrows will be sharp, and the bows ready for battle. Sparks will fly from their horses' hooves, and the wheels of the chariots will spin like a whirlwind. They will roar like lions, and like the strongest of lions, growling, they will pounce on their victims and carry them off. And no one will be there to rescue them. They will roar over their victims on that day of destruction, like the roaring of the sea. If someone looks across the land, only darkness and distress will be seen. Even the light will be darkened by the clouds. And now, 2 Corinthians 11, 1 through 15. I hope you will put up with a little more of my foolishness. Please bear with me, for I am jealous for you with the jealousy of God himself. I promised you as pure I promise you as a pure bride, to one husband, Christ. But I fear that somehow your pure and undivided devotion to Christ will be corrupted. Just as Eve was deceived by the cunning ways of the serpent, you happily put up with whatever anyone tells you, even if they preach a different Jesus than the one we preach, or a different kind of spirit than the one you received, or a different kind of gospel than the one you believed. But I don't consider myself inferior in any way to the superior apostles who teach such things. I may be unskilled as a speaker, but I'm not lacking in knowledge. We have made this clear to you in every possible way. Was I wrong when I humbled myself and honored you by preaching God's good news to you without expecting anything in return? I robbed other churches by accepting their contributions so I could serve you at no cost. And when I was with you and didn't have enough to live on, I did not become a financial burden to anyone. For the brothers who came from Macedonia brought me all that I had needed. I have never been a burden to you, and I never will be. As surely as the truth of Christ is in me, no one in all of Greece will ever stop me from boasting about this. Why? Because I don't love you? God knows that I do. But I will continue to do what I've always done. This will undercut those who are looking for an opportunity to boast that their work is just like ours. These people are false apostles. They are deceitful workers who disguise themselves as apostles of Christ. But I am not surprised. Even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So it is no wonder that his servants also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness. In the end, they will get the punishment their wicked deeds deserve. And now Psalms 53, 1 through 6. Only fools say in their hearts, there is no God. They are corrupt and their actions are evil. Not one of them does good. God looks down from heaven on the entire human race. He looks to see if anyone is truly wise, if anyone seeks God. But no, all have turned away. All have become corrupt. No one does good, not a single one. What if those who do evil never learned? They eat up my people like bread and wouldn't think of praying to God. Terror will grip them, terror like they have never known before. God will scatter the bones of your enemies. You will be put to shame, for God has rejected them. Who will come from Mount Zion to rescue Israel? When God restores his people, Jacob will shout with joy, and Israel will rejoice. And now Proverbs 22, 28 to 29. Don't cheat your neighbor by moving the ancient boundary markers set up by previous generations. Do you see any truly competent workers? They will serve kings rather than working for ordinary people. A false angel of light. A false angel of light. Wouldn't it be easier if the caricature of Satan in a red suit with a pitchfork were true? We could plainly see whenever Satan was trying to kill everything good within us, divide our hearts, cause confusion, and separate us from God and anyone who was good for us. Instead, he disguises himself as an angel of light. No wonder Adam and Eve were deceived. What was the death for them looked quite appealing. No wonder we continue to sin. Sin can be deceptively appealing, so let's be on guard and follow the Spirit, not our appetites. Hey, I feel like that was a great word. I feel like it's a great word, and it's to be mindful, something to be mindful of. Okay. All right. All right. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm going to pray for wisdom, clarity, and discernment on today's word, and then I'll be right back. I felt like I didn't want to. Welcome back, chat. I felt like I didn't want to not talk by accident and not have the mic on this time, so I was very, very cognizant of not forgetting to have my mic on this time. But um, I'm gonna read this last piece one more time, right? This is the wrap up for today's word. I feel like this perfectly sums up everything that we want to be aware of for tonight's read, and this is a perfect word. Um, and I'm glad this was the word for today on day 252 in a row. You know, a false angel of light. Wouldn't it be easier if a caricature of Satan in a red suit with a pitchfork were true? We could plainly see whatever Satan was trying to kill everything good within us, divide our hearts, cause confusion, and separate us from God and anyone who is good for us. Instead, he disguised himself as an angel of light. No wonder Adam and Eve were deceived. What was death for them looked quite appealing. No wonder we continue to sin. Sin can be deceptively appealing, so let's be on guard and follow the Spirit, not our appetites. Read it one more time. Sorry, pre-workout. It's kind of hitting my lips a little bit. A false angel of light. Wouldn't it be easier if the caricature of Satan in a red suit with a pitchfork were true? We could plainly see whenever Satan was trying to kill everything good within us, divide our hearts, cause confusion, and separate us from God and anyone who is good for us. Instead, he disguised himself as an angel of light. No wonder Adam and Eve were deceived. What was death for them looked quite appealing. No wonder we continue to sin. Sin can be deceptively appealing, so let's be on guard and follow the Spirit, not our appetites. Woo! Woo! Everything that looked good, not good for you. Everything that looks good, seem like it may be good, may not be good for you. May not be good for you. May not be good for you. Ooh, what a word today. Here's another one. Another another little piece from today's word. Um, right. So we have the two things for today, right? So everything that looks good may not be good for you, and don't be a fraud. Everything that looks good might not be good for you, and don't be a fraud. And the simple thing to do for both of these things is just ask yourself a few questions. I wrote this down earlier. Um, it's crazy, but I wrote this down earlier, um, and the question. So it's a question answer thing, right? So you just ask yourself a few questions and you answer them. So just ask yourself these questions. Am I being a fraud? Answer the question. Or am I a fraud? Or am I going after things that just look good but aren't good for me? These simple questions can be really, really big eye openers to let you know the truth about what you're, you know, getting into, right? So, um, I hope this word was a great word. I hope you received the message. And if you haven't seen this outro, enjoy. And if you have, say it with me. We all have that limitless core, baby. I appreciate you. I might even love you, but I'm for sure glad you woke up today. Thank you for joining me for another 1 year Baba Read on the channel. And thank you for your presence as always, whether it's for a minute, a millisecond, a second, or if you've been here for a while now. Thank you. I appreciate your presence as always. You have a great rest of your night because I'm going to have a great rest of mine. Peace. I'm going to see you next time. We out.